Ah, get that thing out of my face. Don't want to talk to the slaves right now. I mean, hello, my loyal subjects. Friends. People of the world. So good to be in your company again. I do hope I find you in good health, and if not, then cheer up. Blessings upon you. Oh no, I'm not done. I wish you great merriment. Alright, now I'm done. You know, I had this idea. I was going to talk about something. I was thinking, oh, it's going to be great to talk about something. I have no recollection of what it is, although I think that I really need some vegetables. Probably some fruit, too. Whatever shall I do? Yeah. Fruits and vegetables would be good. Really good. Totally bring up my blood. Do good things for my blood, I think. Because I'm having an issue with my blood. That, and I don't have any idea what's going on with the vampire. Vampire feels missing, sort of, kind of. Don't really know what's going on. The vampire. How to explain the vampire? Vampire would be a type of reoccurring behavioral. The vampire is a kind of a system. The vampire has positives and negatives, as anything. If you were to flesh it out, make it a bit real, or more real than, say, the fictional aspect, or even, accept or what you call, elaborate upon the fictional definitions. Which ones do you like? Which ones don't you? What would you agree is more fiction than, say, a reality? How does it apply with things like energy systems, relationships between people, lifestyle dynamic, things like that? And this is true for a great many things, similar in being to the vampire or vampires. It's along the lines of the beast, the blood, the one, and the light. The beast and the blood are different things. Blood is energy. The beast is the animal. The one. The one is one and all. So it's you, and it's everything. Everything. Everyone and everything. In all of everything. Tap away. And then the light is good, positive, healthy, loving radiance. Sunlight of sorts. Not just like, not like sunlight outside of Earth's atmosphere, but, in it. The thing that feeds us all. Gives us everything we need. But, of course we take it in moderation. But it's like a God light, that light that everybody well, I mean, the devotees. Way back here. Interesting. So yeah, that's that. The vampire. Well, see, what happened was I went to Wonderland, and I had been getting to and fro via the mirror, the looking glass. The reverse world, the mirror land, a bunch of different names. You know, go into a mirror, use it as a gateway. There are some tricks to this. One of the videos, the Wonderland video, the initial Wonderland video that the boys Jet and Cal were a part of, that's a bit of a fiction. What I did there was some special effects, lights and smoke and trickery, illusion. Alright, what do we got going here? People on the brakes. Let's get some accelerations into the Skyway. So anyway, what was I saying? As I've explained it to others, because mirror travel isn't really a super easy thing. You have to kind of know your way before you can do it. Sort of. Well, you can end up on the other side of the mirror without knowing that you've gotten there. And that's important. That's important to know. Because that can happen, does happen, and is not the best of things at times. Because, you end up there, you don't know you're there, things seem a little bit off, a little bit backwards, you start going crazy, and things end up amok, raucous, things like that. So anyway, back to mirror travel. Stand in front of a mirror. I'll give you some time to stand in front of a mirror. You're looking into the mirror. Now, slowly make your way to the mirror. Now, facing yourself, which you probably are, you will raise a hand, and I'm not going to tell you which one. And you will move it closer to the figure that stands before you. Your reflection. Are you doing it? Okay, so can I do that? Do you see that? No? Okay. You're looking at your reflection. You're pressing your hand closer and closer and closer until your hands appear to be divided by a small space. In effect, you're touching the mirror. But are you really? Because you can look and you can see, but there's a bit of a gap between your fingers or your hand and your reflection's hand. There's some principles behind this about things not touching, the repulsion of the two-dimensional forms. And what it is you can use the other hand now, and you can press your whole body against the mirror if you wanted to, where you just push and push and push. Eventually what happens is it breaks and you see a bunch of different, bunch of reflections, and the one mirror is broken up. You are in the way because it's your reflection. That's you in the mirror, correct? So certainly it's a mirrored version of you, but on that side you're the mirrored version of them. So you're preventing yourself from getting through the mirror. If you were in the dark, there would be no light for a reflection. Therefore, the mirror is just a pane or a plane surface, kind of a smooth surface. But if you are standing in the dark and there is no light, and you do know how to shadow travel, well, you might be able to do that. Back to mirror travel. Turn the lights back on, if you shut them off at all. Now, the trick, and this is a life trick. This is important. I use the mirror to illustrate the path before you in time. The goals that you have for yourselves, the wants, the needs, desires, the plans that you have. Well, for many, the number one person or thing in the way of accomplishing those tasks is themselves. And so you're staring in the mirror at your own arch nemesis, yourself. So how do you get past such a person? How do you make it into the mirror? Stare into their eyes. And when you move around, they continue to look at you. Isn't that correct? This is not how you get through the mirror. Though it is an interesting effect. If you're sober, it may be less interesting. Still visually capturing, but various enhancing stimulants, mental stimulants, body stimulants, chemical stimulants, can make this experience very different from how a sober person sees it. I'm looking at two types of mirrors right now. Number one, the camera, as it's recording, it shows an image back to me, and that is, let's see, on my right is the light, and on the right in the display is also the light. So what I'm seeing is what the camera's seeing, I suspect. No, that can't be right. That is totally the mirror image. Okay. Now, the other thing about that is that beyond it being a mirror image, I have it up on my rear view mirror. And so I've got one mirror stretched across in front of me, blah, blah, blah. It's dark, it doesn't matter. It has nothing really to do with what we're saying, other than I too am a sober individual. Or at least currently. I mean, I'm driving, I'm going to work. What do you expect? Not that you need any of that stuff for things like magic and achievement and success and life and love and happiness. You know, it's like, okay, here's a cheese pizza. Cheese pizza's good. I like cheese pizza. Pizza's nice. Make it a little better with some toppings. So really that's, you know, it's like, how you doing? Well, I'm good. Things are nice. Here's some chocolate. Oh, chocolate. Yeah, thank you. Or, you know, it just adds to the experience. So, I mean, within moderation, you know, keep treats. Treats are treats, keep them that way. Enjoy the things you do. Stay practical, stay healthy, keep away from abuse and escapes, things like that. Now, as I was saying, what I found works best. Well, okay, that's not true. There are two ways, maybe more, okay. Two ways of which I will describe to get you through that mirror. Number one, you can't think about it as going through a mirror because you have a you have a definition of what a mirror is. And a mirror is a rather solid object in your definition. So you couldn't go through it anyway. You got to get rid of that. Now, the next thing is, how do you get past you? Well, there are two ways. Well, okay, I will give you another two ways. To get past you, you can you got to be clever. Trick yourself. Outthink yourself. and in that way you won't know what to expect when you come at you trying to get through the mirror. A bit of a complicated measure, I know, but okay. Here's the other option that I offer. You can work with yourself. You know, I was talking about the mirror. What is it? The anti-you, the mirrorverse you, as your enemy. Well, there's a lot of sayings about enemies. Some of the best are kill your enemies with kindness. Make your enemy your friend. Keep your enemies close. No, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. You want to be your friend. Love. Again, I talked about love and how mushy it is, what a stereotype it is, and how it seems hokey, but it's true. Among all the people that you love in your life, you should be one of them. So now that you love yourself and you have this idea of working with yourself, that means no sabotage of yourself. Really, you shouldn't sabotage anyone else either, unless it's a game of sabotage. I should make a game of sabotage. We did what we call sabotage, of course. And the goal of sabotage, how do you win? Well, there is no win, I suppose. You just keep sabotaging each other. This will require some thought. If you have an idea and would like to share it, there is a comment area below the video. Back to working with yourself. So, you're going to work with yourself, you're going to love yourself, and you're going to square up to that mirror. And you're going to go to the other side. Aren't you? Here's another thought. Are you ready? Because this is important, and I've been leading up to this. Look at the mirror. You want to get to the other side? Well, you're already there. Look, you're staring right back at yourself. So turn around and walk away. You've made it to Wonderland.